Hey guys, today I'm doing another review. I realized that in my last review of the Stomp and Strike T-Rex that apparently I didn't set my camera up straight, so you couldn't even see what was going on. So today I'm doing a re-review, and I deleted that video, so I'm doing this just to make up for it. But today is the review of, or re-review of the Stomp and Strike Tyrannosaurus Rex. There you go. I already have had this out of the package. What I did was there's a few areas where you can cut it, so, let's take it out, and there you go. So, first, we're just going to go over the box really quickly. I don't want to take too much time on it, but the format is a lot like the Indominus's, only this part, it's on this side rather than this side. So yeah, you just get just pretty much the basics of everything, just, you know, stomp and strike, everything. And it came with, lists, the, guide for how to work it, and all that other stuff. Just put that right there. Now, let's talk about the figure. Now, I was surprised because I like this figure more than I expected to. And I've already seen, the bad reviews over it. But overall, it is, for what it is, I like it. I can understand why people don't like it. I've got 3 figures back here that I'll compare it to. But that'll be for later. So, first off, paint job. I like this kind of orangey, kind of tan color they went with. It looks nice. I do like, but yet as good as the paint job on areas maybe, like I like the yellow eye and the black around it. I like, some of the gray areas here, but let's get to the bad stuff. I'll show you this side and we'll get to the screw hole side later. One error that I don't like is this. You get these nice gray streaks and then all of a sudden halfway down they just stop. Like, it's just so weird. Why would you just do that? Like, here that looks fine, but then it's like, what happened? And we'll get to the electronics later. I keep on activating the stomp sound. Another complaint is, look at this, there's too much pink in there. I mean, it's a nice shade, but look at the teeth, they're like, half of them, half is pink, half is white, and it's just bad looking. Now, this is a good side. This is a side you see in the store, but unfortunately, on the other side you see all these screw holes. There's 17 in total, which is awful. Another thing I hate is the fact that they didn't even paint on the claws on its arms, which is like, really? We're too cheap to paint these on those things. Like, you could just take a Sharpie and just do that, So that's bad. And also, on this side, the neck seam isn't too bad, but on this side, you can really tell, especially whenever you pick it up. You can definitely see that seam, which is annoying. The sculpt, it's got a nice sculpt. I don't like the stance because, like, it's kind of weird. Like, I would like if it was just kind of straight, or a bit more straight. The rubber, I like the rubber, but it definitely ain't Kenner worthy, especially at the tail area. I was expecting this to just be hollow rubber, but I was glad that you know, well, it's weird because half of it is and half of it isn't. Now let's get into the electronics. Or first, articulation. There isn't much. I mean, you can move his tail around, his arms. I just discovered last night something though. I was just testing to see if the arms move 360, and yep. I honestly wasn't expecting it, but I mean, look, you can pop it so easily out, yet pop it so easily back in. Like, am I gonna have to super glue it to make sure it stays in? I mean, it doesn't just fall out. I mean, you know, like whenever you're doing this, it's tough, but I mean, just moving it, it's like, what is that? And it's such a gaping hole, too. Oh, before anything, last Wednesday I went to, I made this really long video, and apparently something happened, I couldn't get it uploaded, so that's why there wasn't any video, last Wednesday. Now, let's get into that's probably the worst part, just that. And I'm not trying to, like, forcefully do it, I'm just, like, articulating it, and all of a sudden it just, like, pops out, which is stupid. The electronics, I have a complaint with the stomp sound. The sound's fine, but it only works with one leg, which is weird, so if you're, like, doing that, it won't work it. But it does, it's just kind of weird. Another thing is, listen to, like, the crankiness. You couldn't fix that. The second noise is the growl, which you kind of don't go all the way up, but just do that, and then I love the sounds this figure has. It definitely sounds like Jurassic Park, and what I usually do, I kind of like hold the feet down, take the tail. I do like that, but her mouth doesn't open. Gosh dang it. Her mouth doesn't open all the way, so I have to do that. Another thing I've noticed is you can move the head a lot more, even without, like, the, you know, stomping, or the, whenever you lift her up, and you get the JW similar too. Now, I got 3 figures here to compare to. Here is an old, or it's from the 2001 Hasbro series. It's a React Attack Velociraptor. And, one thing I notice is, yeah, I get it because bigger models need more screw holes, but yet, look at this. This only has 1 screw hole, and that's only for the battery. 17, including this battery, or the battery screw hole, which has a reason to be there, unlike a lot of screw holes on here. They don't really fit in seal. I mean, they can, but I mean, maybe if this was like the JP3 size T-Rex, it doesn't really hold too much things in its mouth, so I guess that works. So there's that. The second figure is the figure I most wanted to compare this one to. It's the Indominus. The Indominus is bigger, has less screw holes, and it doesn't break. Well, I've had difficulties with its tail. It keeps on, like, slipping out. Like, it won't right now, but if I'm kind of, like, if I put it at an angle or something, it'll break. I do like them both, but I have to say, if it was a critical decision, the Indominus would be better. But one thing I like is the sound right here. I like how they fixed that. How it was kind of, it was weird how there was like a dent here. And they fixed that here. It's in the same spot, but you don't get that. And finally, last but certainly not least, let's compare to the first Rexy figure, the original Red Rex. It's not even a comparison here. Sure, this one may have more accurate sounds, but I mean, when you look at them, this thing, literally, these are the only... Let me move. I hate when it does that. This is like the only thing. Whenever I order this off of eBay, it doesn't come with the plug outlet, but it came with these. But those are the only scenes, like, you don't see any screw holes. No scenes. It looks awesome. Look at the arms. You can spin them all day, every day, and they won't pop out. Unlike this thing where you go to turn it 360 and that happens. So that's a bit of a bugger. But other figures aside, I do like this figure. It's definitely not the greatest T-Rex Jurassic Park figure. But I would say that I do like it. I'm satisfied with the purchase, and besides the Indominus, this and the Indominus were the only two Jurassic World figures I was looking forward to getting. I'll show you a good sign. It's kind of underrated, yet I can understand why people don't like it. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to do. And as always, peace out.